Let's talk education. Public education in America began in 1965 when the first public school was established in Boston. The Boston Latin School was a boys-only public secondary school. Early public schools in the United States did not focus on academics like math or reading. Instead, they taught the virtues of family, religion, and community. Girls were usually taught how to read but not how to write in early America. In the South, public schooling was not widespread until after the American Civil War, and until then, affluent families paid private tutors to educate their children. In the 18th century, common schools emerged, which placed all ages in one room, with one teacher. It was not free. Parents paid tuition or another form of compensation for their child attending the school. During slavery, African Americans were forbidden to learn in schools or even read or write. Some major changes and events in education in America was by 1910s, every state required students to complete elementary school. By the 1960s, the United States had a racially segregated system of schools, despite the 1954 Brown versus Board Supreme Court ruling. By the late 1970s, segregated schooling in the United States was eliminated. By 2001, the United States entered its current era of education accountability reform with the institutions of the No Child Left Behind law. This law was later replaced by the Every Student Succeeds Act. The notion of school choice has been around for decades, but it was not implemented wide-scale until recently. According to EdChoice, school choice allows public education funds to follow students to the schools or services that best fit their needs, whether that's a public school, private school, charter school, homeschool, or any other learning environment parents choose for their kids. Does school choice work? School choice is beneficial for students who may have learning disabilities or disabilities in the school they are zoned for are not able to meet their needs. Not every school has the same curriculum or programs. For example, a student who has a speech problem may have to leave school each week in order to attend a speech therapy session. However, a school in the same district, area, or city may provide an in-school speech program that can help the student, but because of zoning restrictions, that student may not be able to attend that school. School choice allows low-income families to choose their child's school. This can make a difference in closing the achievement gap and can be beneficial for the child's social competence, cognition, and behavioral demands. With school choice, parents can choose a school for their child that is performing well instead of staying with an underperforming school. One issue that may arise with school choice is that public schools may lose funding. Less students may mean less teachers, which mean less money going into the teachers' unions to lobby for more funds for the government. This may lead to less qualified teachers on the job. Also, schools will have to compete with each other for students. Reciprocal determinism in school choice. The social learning theory was developed by Alva Bandura. Bandura is a social science psychologist whose contribution to this construct connected behaviorists and cognitivists. According to Bandura, in the agentic socio-cognitive view, people are self-organized, proactive, self-reflecting, and self-regulating, not just reactive organisms shaped and shepherded by external events. He is also best known for his social learning theory, bubble doll experiment, modeling self-efficacy, and reciprocal determinism. Self-efficacy is the belief that you are able to succeed. Basically, if you think you can, you try. If you don't think you can, you won't try. According to Bandura, people have the power to influence their own actions to produce certain results. Self-efficacy can predict behavior. According to Bandura, reciprocal determinism is internal personal factors in the form of cognitive, affective, and biological events, behavior patterns, and environmental events all operate as interactive determinants that influence one another bi-directional. The issue of school choice not only affects the individual but also social interaction. Allowing parents to choose their child's school can ultimately affect students and parents as well as the community. According to Bandura, by altering their immediate environment, by creating cognitive self-inducements, and by arranging conditional incentives for themselves, people can exercise some influence over their own behavior. Research methods. Social psychologists use several different research methods. Descriptive research method includes surveys, case studies, and natural observation. With descriptive research methods, psychologists are unable to manipulate the independent variable. However, in experimental research methods, social psychologists use correlation research to find causal relationships. In experimental research, the independent variable can be manipulated. Therefore, the social psychologists may use both experimental and descriptive research methods for school choice. A case study, which can be difficult to replicate, however, can provide valuable information for psychologists because a phenomena cannot be reproduced in a lab. Something such as a child with autism who attends a program at a different school may provide valuable information about whether one approach is beneficial to autistic children over another. Experimental research allows psychologists to manipulate the independent variable so the psychologists can change that variable. For example, the hypotheses may be school choice positively affects reading and math scores in students who struggle in those academic areas.